Welcome to DCTV. I'm Graham Jordan, and this is the news you need to know on campus and beyond for Wednesday, March 25th. Canada is taking its freshwater resources for granted by dumping toxic waste. A report by Maud Barlow says Ottawa is making water pollution worse in the Great Lakes to make way for energy companies. Ottawa has been targeting important scientific institutes and projects, like the Experimental Lakes Area, which is the #1 freshwater resource institute. The report says that there are 204 pollutants in the Great Lakes. Around 50,000 residents of Lake Erie were told not to use their water for cooking, bathing, and cleaning because of the toxins in the lake. Durham Regional Police have grabbed $18,000 worth of drugs while looking for a man who skipped a court date. Adrian Rover was charged with drug possession and is facing drug trafficking charges. Rover, who has no fixed address, was arrested on Simcoe Street North and Beatrice Street West on March 20th. During the arrest, police say they found cocaine, hydromorphine tablets, MDMA, and marijuana, along with $1,200 in cash. Rover will also be facing charges for failing to comply with bail after his bail hearing. Rising tuition fees are on students' minds at Durham College and UIT. Yesterday, students took to the streets in downtown Oshawa to protest the high cost of post-secondary education. I myself went down there to ask students about the walkout.
First act as president-elect of the Student Association is calling on President Tim McTiernan to put his money where his mouth is and release an open letter calling for fully funded post-secondary education right across this province in Canada. Drop! Fees! Drop! Fees! When I say drop, you say fees! Drop! Fees! Drop! Fees! Drop! Fees! Drop! Fees! Drop! Fees!
UIT students are looking to make history today with the start of a walkout protesting high tuition fees. Drop UIT has asked students throughout the week to make a statement by walking out of their classes this March 24th as an act of solidarity to end student debt and abolish tuition fees totally. Rallies were held on both North and South campuses, so I went down there live to ask students how high tuition fees affect them.
As students, a lot of us have to, get just multiple jobs to pay for tuitions, and TAs, they're only allowed one, and to pay for tuition, we're graduating with a lot of debt. And it's not fair for us.
There's so many other countries that are just giving away education, and I feel that's not fair for us to have to pay so much compared to other schools.
With Ontario students paying the highest average tuition of $10,000 per student, and upon graduation $40,000 being the average student debt, it's clear that students are fed up and rallies like these will be happening more often.
We need you, all of you, to organize and to keep moving this movement
Students
forward.
are planning more protests for the future as they are determined to lower their tuition fees. Stay tuned to DCTV for future updates. A man has been charged with drunk driving after hitting a hydro pole and tree. Police say the car left the roadway early Sunday morning and hit the pole and tree before coming to a stop. The man walked away from the crash scene at Simcoe Street North and LaCour Lane. The suspect was caught and taken to hospital the next day. Cameron Martin, 25, is charged with impaired driving. Over 150 pieces of cinematic history are up for auction in Toronto this week. Models from X-Men, Platoons, Legends of the Fall, and many, many more are available. They came from FX Smith Studios, which used to be run by Gordon Smith, who created Silicon Prosthetics. Smith sold his collection to Billy Jameson, hoping to get extra money to retire. Jameson's goal is to sell them to TIFF, but could not work out a deal. Jameson died back in 2011, and since then, his co-star, Jessica Phillips, has been trying to move them. They're currently being sold to the public until March 26th. Durham Region residents seem to be getting a lot of luck. John Malcolm and Augusto Smith from Whitby, along with Mark Ayres from Oshawa, won a $2.5 million jackpot on March 4th. Their ticket and had three selections with their own numbers. They had been playing the lottery for 2 years until their luck finally turned around. They split the money 5 ways with another ticket holder from Ajax. The ticket was bought at the 99 Mini Mart on Brock Street in Whitby. The guy's plan for the money is to pay off their debt and retire. And that's your news for today. Up next, we got the latest in sports highlights with George Hewitt. George?
Thanks, Graham. Steve Nash officially announced his retirement yesterday afternoon. Nash addressed the media around 4 p.m. Eastern Time. The two-time MVP winner said that he'd known of his retirement since early October. Nash, 41, played 50 games for the Los Angeles Lakers last season and will be forever remembered as one of basketball's greatest point guards. and Canadian-born players to play the game. The Blue Jays lost last night to the Twins by a score of 6-5. The Jays were held to just 3 hits over the first 6 innings as the Twins had a walk-off to end the Jays' 4-game spring winning streak. Newcomer third baseman Josh Donaldson is quietly having a great spring camp as he batted home his 3rd home run against the Twins as well as a walk in 3 trips. Andre Drummond of the Detroit Pistons had 21 points and 18 rebounds last night as the Pistons beat the Raptors 108-104. The Raptors' late-game surge wasn't enough to overcome their poor defense against one of the league's worst teams. Kyle Lowry left the game with back spasms and did not return. The Oshawa Generals ended the season with the team's best record in history. The Generals posted a record of 51-11-2-4 for 108 points overall, just 2 points shy of Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds, who clinched the Hamilton Spectator Trophy on Saturday. The Generals will hook up with the Peterborough Petes in the conference quarterfinals. This season, the Generals finished 50 points ahead of the Petes and had won 6 of 8 head-to-head meetings. The Leafs are finally going to get hit where it hurts the most. Record low numbers on Monday's game versus the Minnesota Wild was only the 2nd time in 16 years. The Leafs lost the game against the Wild 2-1. The only other non-sellout game was against the Colorado Avalanche on October 14th, which drew in only 18,754 people. The arena has a capacity of 18,819 people. And that just about wraps it up for sports, but don't go anywhere. Jubril Adousi joins us now with all the names and news from the world of entertainment. Jubril?
Thanks, George. After leaving the band again due to stress, Zayn Malik announced his departure from the One Direction. In a posted statement to One Direction on Wednesday, March 25th, Malik said he wants to be a normal 22-year-old and wants to be able to relax and have some private time when he wants to. One Direction will continue as a 4-member band and will be recording their 5th album due to release later this year. X-Files is returning to TV. David Divinucci and Gillian Anderson will resume their roles as agents Fox Mulder and Dana Scully, and just confirmed reboot of the X-Files popular series. 13, taking away with this entrance stories of unexplained paranormal drama. The full lineup for the 2015 Osheaga Music Festival and Arts Festival was released today, and tickets for the Montreal event. Some of the artists that will be performing are Kendrick Lamar, the Black Keys, Kygo, and Nas. Some local Montreal artists will find themselves on stage at this year's festival. In total, more than 100 bands will be on stage during a 3-day festival. Organizers estimate that more than 45,000 people will attend each day. The festival will take place from July 31st to August 2nd. There's been a recent campus activity to raise money for the Heart and Stroke Foundation and with benefits concert. Here's Saji Kostales Khan with more on the story.
2015, we're going to be in this gym. Not for any sports, not for basketball, volleyball, softball, any of those sports, but for live music. We're going to walk down. There will be a concert in here, and the people that are going to be performing are Cutler Boyd, Stacey Bannon, and Andy Nantos. It is $5 at the door, so bring your money. It's going to be a great event. Please show your support. Chris Aida. He plays the guitar, actually. That's what he's told me. Tomorrow there will be live music, down here in the gym, not just sports. Being musically talented yourself, what do you expect to see from these performers?
Well, it depends on what they bring to the table. There's always different kinds of genres. It's a bit weird on what can be there, but at the same time it's very exciting because every single one of these people have something to them, and they're all unique in their own specific kind of way.
You are right. There will be a lot of different things coming to the table.
Yeah.
So going to yourself now, how long have you been playing guitar for?
I've been playing for about 5 years. I'm by no means an expert, but that's okay because I don't think skill level really depicts anything. It's all about the art itself, in my honest opinion. So some people may have 2 years experience and they can just pluck circles around me. And there might be some people that maybe been playing for 10 years and maybe they can't just get that one note, but that's okay because in the end of the day, it's all about what they can provide.
Exactly. You heard it here first. Chris Aida, Saji Kostales Khan. Well, that's it from DCTV. Hope you guys enjoy your day. Back to you.
Rock and Roll Hall of Famer David Crosby hit an injured jogger with his car in Southern California. The California Highway Patrol said in a statement that Crosby was driving his Tesla electric car on Sunday at about 55 miles per hour, the posted speed limit on the road in Santa Barbara area where he lives. The 73-year-old Crosby was driving towards his son with limited vision when he hit a 46-year-old Jose Jimenez who was jogging along the right side of the road. Jimenez was hospitalized with broken bones, cuts, and bruises, and is suspected to survive. And that's it for your entertainment. Now that's back to you, Graham, for the wrap-up.
Thanks, Jabril. That's your news on campus and beyond for Wednesday, March 25th. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at DC Broadcasting or check us out at our website at dcbroadcasting.ca. Thanks for watching and have a great day.